Pole kwako. We even had a useless bastard called Boniface Mwangi and his idiotic kokaka friend called Osama Otero saying, protests cannot happen in Nairobi without us. Please, our anger cannot be franchised, cannot be conceded to other people. Your anger is not my anger, but we all have our collective vision that we all know how William Ruto has shafted us, has screwed us. You are employed, you know how much your taxes are going to be. They are going to be soaring on the 49% range. The mamambogas, they know. The bodabodas, they know. Everyone knows mahali Ruto amekufinyia. So my anger is not transferable. My anger cannot be postponed, or my pursuit for justice cannot be postponed. I cannot wait for you because you think you're the custodian, you think you're the activist, you're the shit, that I have to wait until the day. And so that now we get a culmination of another June 25th moment, and you now, at the touch of a fingertips, you now tell people, go home, which is what Boniface Mwangi did on June 25th. Go home. And you being cows, you went home. You being livestock that you are. All you needed to do was to sacrifice another 24 hours. Ruto was gone. But no, that was a tall order. That was too much to ask. My bed is calling. They were coming for you, smoking you out from your homes. If the right people, I saw you on 31st, you are on the roundabout. Why didn't you march to CBD? You march to CBD, man. Kericho people, I saw you on the road. Beautiful scenes. I saw Kisii people on the road. I told you, why didn't you march to your governor's house? Why didn't you march to your MP's house? Why, if you know your MP is a bootlicker of Kenyakusha shit show, you should have marched there. So this model of protesting that Boniface Mwangi has planted in your minds, that you have to protest with a timetable and then beba simu margin a flag. Una beba simu una margin a flag, a fucker who is coming with guns. They're coming with a water cannon. They're coming with tear gas. No! You carry pepper spray. You carry your taser. You carry your knuckle, that chuma unaeka kwa knuckle. So if a DCI fucker gets you in the streets, you will punch it. There's a young kid I've been sharing his video there. He's been talking about making Molotov cocktails. You should be watching that video. If it was an illegal video, TikTok would have pulled it down. But these are the tools. Because we cannot rely on diplomacy, because we are not dealing with diplomatic people. Are they abducting us diplomatically? Are they stealing money diplomatically? Are they ruining our opportunities and future diplomatically? In fact, they are stealing, they are abducting, they are doing all sorts of things under the sun, and they still have the audacity to, when they get the microphone, to insult us. Over and above, rubbing salt on the wound. And so you think diplomatically we are going to have an amicable resolution? No, it's time to go the militant way. Would Kenya be an independent state if the Mau Mau did not adopt a militant approach? It was Mau Mau's militancy that triggered even calls for independence in other African countries. It had inspired. And those days we didn't have even the radio or the social media and everything. But people would still get the information. So when you go to the streets, your work is not following Okia Umtata, talking his bullshit, singing his nonsensical songs that he's been singing for the past 15 years. Your work is not going to look for Boniface Mwangi where they are. Your work is not going to look for Hanifa. Your work is not going to look for Shakira. Your work is to be in the back streets, not chasing the media there. You want to be seen because you think some donor exists somewhere to give you money, donor money. Now we need to build our own economic reserves. Ramp up our pension. We can do it. We have the money. We cannot rely on handouts given to activists. So your work is to be in the back streets, engaging police in running battles. And I've told you the citizen to police ratio is so bad that if we have you downtown, another one there, another, they'll be so stretched. You'll have circled them. You'll have commandeered them to surrender, to lay down their arms, tie their hands and frogmat them. Because they are few. But all of you, if you go to one place, are you crazy? Go to downtown. Engage them in running battles. Light a fire. block the road so that their cars cannot pass. Set them up for trap. Once they get into a trap, boom, kaboom. You know what to do. Cocktails. Get them mixologists. Have a mixologist amongst you. We have to go militant because these guys, have you seen what they've done to the kids? They're abducting them. Did you see the CCTVs when they were picking up Peter Moteti from... the guy didn't have time to speak. Did you hear NTV last night where they had somebody narrating that they rocked into his house, assuming that he's Kibet Bull? They went and woke him and his wife in bed. How disgusting is that? And then they woke up the kids. The kids are crying. His wife is almost collapsing. She could not even breathe. It was on NTV. Did you see a church in Nyandarua? They were lobbed for tear gas. It was giving Kiamba 2007. The way people were burnt in a church. That is the direction we are all heading. If you don't do something about it. So when we get to Monday and we are protesting, I don't want to hear some stupid business people saying ati maandamano inatuharibia biashara. Wewe buongea hivyo tena. Wewe bufungua kazi Monday uone. Fungua kazi kama wewe umetahiriwa. Maandamano inatuharibia kazi. Maandamano inatuharibia kazi. Umbwa wewe. Let me tell you, your economic prosperity, your money, your sales, your turnover will not begin where my lack of freedom, lack of economic prosperity, my court cases begin. Or my freedoms end. So your prosperity will not begin where my freedoms end. Please, get that in your thick heads, you business people. You seem to imagine that the Kenyan economy is built on those idiots who import shit from China, and they are the ones who've been holding us hostage, telling us we should not pursue our civic duties because they have to make money. Musituambie hivyo tena. And this is a collective sacrifice. This is a collective sacrifice that we are all going to make. The business people, the activists, we want you to transcend your parochial interests, your cannibalistic agenda. We want you to stay aside. We don't want you to hog the limelight. We don't want you to speak on our behalf. You have spoken for 15 years. We have not seen any yields. Within the last 15 years that Okiya Omtata and Boniface Mwangi have been activists, with the same period that we have seen a degeneration, we have seen a regression in our fundamental constitutional and human rights. We have seen economic decay. Yet they have still been activists in the same duration. So your strategy has been tried and it has been tested and it has proven that it is a failure. So can you just be decent and honorable enough to now not turn protests to be about your fucking selves? Nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit about you, Boniface Mwangi. Nobody gives a shit about you, Okiya Omtata. Can you now step aside and stop hogging the media limelight? Can you stop bringing your paid journalists to just focus on you and not the protesters, not the cause that is being championed at the day? Is it too difficult? Is it too much to ask, you useless piece of shit called Okiya Omtata? Is it too much to ask, you useless bastard, you traitor called Boniface Mwangi? You guys are disgusting. We are trying to map our future and you are thinking how you're going to cash in. You want to turn the protest to be about yourself so that you can make money. So that you can sell out people. So that they can be abducted and killed. How narcissistic do you have to be to derive joy? That how you're seeing now is phase 2. Now we can cash in again. As if we have not been talking. As if we have not been alerting each other about your treachery. Okiya Omtata, you have not provided a conclusive explanation of the contents of the discussion of your meeting with Kibet Bull. You're just meandering, writing long statements, long-winded missives. Hey. Those are called cock and bull stories, Mr. Okiya Omtata. Tell that to the birds. We are here mapping a new future. We are here because we want shared prosperity. What we have is planned poverty. And you now, you are just thinking, what's the best thing I can do? Oh, I want to be the president in 2027. Wait for 2027. Let's postpone our aspirations. Let's postpone our desire for good governance. Let's wait for 2027. And so every day I'm being met with all these tweets. People are saying, oh, Francis, you're dividing people. We need all the firepower. We need all the people that we can. No, we don't. We were hundreds of thousands in CBD on June 25th. Did it yield anything? No. We just had some stupid kids storming into parliament and eating pilau. So we need few focused, intentional, purpose-driven people to take this journey forward. Because if the most of you are listening to Okia Omtata and Boniface Mwangi and Hanifa, surely you are as good as useless. You people cannot help us. You cannot take us to the next level. But we need people who can push us forward. Because as you've seen the headline of this tweet, the dark days are back. We are living. We are now in the thick of them. Those days you used to hear Mwakea, it was journalists, it was what? It was the intellectuals, it was creatives who are being pursued and targeted. That is where we are right now. And this sleep has not been instant. It has been gradual. It has been entertained by your media, by your activists, by your who. Until now, we have said enough is enough. We've said enough is enough. And the biggest problem, our biggest undoing, I swear to God, has not been William Ruto. I swear it has been the internal saboteurs. I've spent more energy, more time, more everything just dealing with the internal saboteurs, which is why I'm telling you, you have to move correctly. Even if you move with numbers and half of you are infiltrated, then you're going nowhere. We must move correctly, which is what the fathers of the second liberation, they started in the 90s agitating for the clamor for multi-party democracy. And so they onboarded everyone depending. They did not want to vet people. Are you a sellout? Are you a who? And so now when it came to elections in 1992, of course, first of all, Moi repealed Section 2A of the Constitution, and which had declared Kenya a one-party state. So he repealed it. Now it became a multi-party democracy. And Moi, so for me to comply with donor demands, let me just do this, and then I'll manipulate people from inside. So they onboarded everyone and created this giant Forum of Restoration Democracy, FORD, which had, amongst other people, Jaramogi, Matiba, everyone, until now Moi started playing the divide and rule. Their numbers cumulatively could have toppled Moi in 1992. But now they were split. So Jaramogi started his own Ford Kenya. Whatever. Kenneth Ndo Matiba started his own Ford Asili. All these other guys, it was a split. Then Mwai Kibaki came with the Democratic Party. Everyone, like that. And so their objectives, because they were so warped on removing Moi, as opposed to moving correctly, they had already given a lot of clout to these clowns who had been sellouts from the jump. Fast forward to 1997. Hey, what? Well, now there was even a meeting in Thika, at Thika Municipal Stadium, overseen by Manasseh Kuria. They were trying to unify. I don't know what. Then there was what, but they failed to see the sellouts within them. So they embraced Raila Odinga. He came, he was splitting votes with his National Democratic Party, NDP, and what. It was just a vote splitting game, tribalism. Then immediately, because Raila had served Moi, then he was co-opted in government of Nusu Mkate, and he killed his own party, NDP, to become the Secretary General of KANU. But these guys had embraced him because of that illusion that we are all together. No, we are not together. I cannot be together with Boniface Mwangi. Boniface Mwangi is a snake. He's everywhere. He's with Bill Gates. He's with Ruto. He's there. His hands are everywhere because he has so many favors to return. So I cannot be on the same table with him, because if I was to be killed, I wouldn't be killed by a state-sponsored blogger. It's this person who is pretending to be a friend. That's the one I am most scared of. I don't mind. I can have a drink with state-sponsored bloggers because their loyalties have already been, made public. But these ones who are here, who are there, Bonnie is with Bill Gates, Then he's with Ruto. Then you're seeing him at a meeting with Felix Koskei. Then you're seeing he's so everywhere. You don't know where his loyalties lie. You don't know where he stands. That's the guy I wouldn't have a drink with myself.